All right, and we are back. This is NHL 20 Franchise Mode Calgary Flames. This is episode number 37. Welcome back to our franchise mode here with the Calgary Flames. Welcome to the calendar year of 2024 as we continue our fifth full season here at the Calgary Flames and our quest, of course, at winning that elusive Stanley Cup that has plagued this organization since 1989. Excuse me, it's been a long time to say the least for the Calgary Flames. So yes, welcome back to our franchise mode here. Welcome into episode 37 as mentioned, and you can see we are now at the exact halfway point of the season. We've played 41 games. Our record is 24, 12, and 5 through the first half of the regular season. We are on January 2nd, obviously of the new year. There you can see us in the standings down here. We sit 53 points, good enough for second in our division. I'm just looking at the other stats there. 41 games played. So second in the division, 2 points back of the division leading San Jose Sharks, who we just played at the end of the last episode. Lost 5-2, of course, to the Sharks. Massive divisional loss. We want to be winning every divisional game, yada, yada. We did win a couple big divisional games just before that, but we definitely want to be winning those divisional games, especially against the teams that are by us now at the top of the standings. Now, pretty much since all of last year and up till this point of this year, our division has been super, super tight. For the first time in what seems like a couple of years, we're actually starting to see a little bit of separation. So you go down the standings there. There is Edmonton below us at 48 points with a game in hand, or we have a game in hand on them. So yeah, they're obviously a good 5 points back there. There's the Anaheim Ducks 1 point back at 47, so 6 points back of us. Then you can see there's even more separations. The Coyotes, the Golden Knights, they're at 44. And then there's even more separation where the Canucks and the LA Kings are at the basement there with 34 and 38 points there on their season. So yeah, you can see there's like I said, for the first time in what seems like a couple of years, there's actually separation, which is nice because you've got the bottom teams in LA and Vancouver. You got the mid teams there in Vegas and Arizona and Anaheim, and then Edmonton, who's just behind us, and then you got us at the top there with San Jose, which is 2 points back. So it's nice to see this separation again. If you've been watching, the last how many episodes, all of last season, it's a huge reason why we didn't make the playoffs and we technically finished dead last year in our division, was because our division was separated by a total of 7 points from 1 through 8. It was a bizarre year with our division last year, and this year started out the same way. But we're finally starting to see a little bit of separation again, which is nice because now we can, we kind of know where we are going to be established in our division. If it's going to be at the top, as a championship caliber team, it better be at the top. But we kind of know, now who we're fighting with. Not that the games against Vancouver and LA down there aren't going to be important, because there's still half a season to go, and any team can jump up. But, it's nice to know, what teams are a little bit more important in our division than just every divisional game feeling like it's the end of the world if we don't win it. So, it's just nice to see a little bit more separation in our division than previous last few videos. We only own one wildcard spot in our division this year. As of now, the Central has a spot too. It looks like, I'm just looking here quickly, looks like other than Dallas, who's way down there, it's 26 points. It looks like our division's slightly weaker, but again, I'm just looking at it quickly there. You can just look at all these standings if you want really quickly. Tampa up there at 51, I believe they lead the league. We're ahead of Tampa technically. It is Minnesota that leads the league with 57, Tampa and Toronto there. So we're actually ahead of Tampa and Toronto. Again, if you watch the last video, we actually started the last video we started at 20 games in. We were at the 5th in our division, and we were actually well below Tampa and Toronto in quite a few categories. We're going to check out our team stats here in a second to see if we've improved at all on our special teams and on our offense. But it's nice to see that in overall points we're starting to be up there with these teams. And the reason, again, I should probably say it again if you haven't been watching, the reason I keep pointing out Tampa and Toronto is there was only about 3 or 4 teams this year listed as championship caliber teams. And again, I don't know how much you pay into those stocks, but a lot of teams were listed as hopefuls. There was only one contender, and then there was a few rebuilding teams, but there was only 3 or 4 teams that were listed as championship caliber teams, which would be your Stanley Cup Stanley Cup favorites to peg, and we were one of them, obviously, but so was Tampa and Toronto. I forget who the fourth one was, but Tampa and Toronto. So I mean, we're trying to keep ourselves up there, Tampa and Toronto, because like they're also listed as championship caliber teams. So to be ahead of them there in the standings by just a couple points is definitely nice. Definitely nice to see there. It looks like the Metro there is the worst division, or sorry, the Atlantic here is the worst division of all. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get right into it. Let's quickly look at our stats here at the halfway mark. Both our team stats and player stats. We'll start with player stats here. So again, this has been a year where offense has significantly been down for us, as it was last year, and it's a huge reason. We struggled last year. Continues to be down this year, which is not obviously a good thing. But like I said, now we're sitting second in our division. We're sitting near the top of the NHL standings. We're probably in the top 5 overall. I mean, that's as long as we're getting it done in that category. I mean, you don't care what these numbers are, but you'd like to see these guys starting to, pick back up to where they should be. Again, we're not going to go into it, but Johnny Gaudreau, I mean, guys like that, Sean Monahan, they had amazing years in the first three years of our franchise mode. They were putting up career highs. Johnny won a Rocket Richard with a 50-goal season, I think, in our second year. They were putting up incredible numbers until last year when it was just a massive drop off for every single player here on our roster, and then it started to continue again through this year with other than Nathan McKinnon, who we picked up, who's our obviously our big piece that we picked up in the summer. He still leads our team here with 42 points at the halfway mark in 41 games, just over a point a game for McKinnon. Even for McKinnon standards, again, that's not super good, considering the last few years. Like, he put up 94 points last year. He put up 86 the year before, 92, 95, 99, 97. So, I mean, you look back at how many years here. He's put up, in the 90s pretty much every single year here. Low to mid to high 90s, except for this year where we put up 86, but almost 90. I don't think he's on pace for that. I mean, do the math quickly here. He's on pace for 84 points at 42. So, I mean, that'd be his lowest total in the last how many years. It'd be quite close to this 86 point total. Obviously when we got him, we were hoping he was a 90 to 100 point guy. 84 wouldn't be bad, again, if that's what it's on track to be projected as. 84 wouldn't be bad, but you kind of want to see a little bit more, especially he's on, I guess Colorado was a pretty good team. They won a Stanley Cup and everything, but he's on another good team with Calgary. It's not like he came to a team that, is not good. He's on another championship caliber team. The reason he chose us likely is because he wants to win another Stanley Cup, and, we give him that option for sure. But yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't matter at the end of the day, how many points he puts, as long as we make the playoffs, as long as we do good in the playoffs. We got him significantly for the playoffs. Again, I'm not going to go through all these stats and everything, but I just want to show you again his playoff stats. 32 points in 20 games last year, 27 in 23 the year before that. So he significantly performs in the playoffs. That's what we got him for, again, to make the playoffs and then to be huge in the playoffs. Sure, do you like to see him do a little bit more? There's still half a season to go. He can definitely rack up those totals. And again, last year, all of our players significantly racked up their totals in the second half compared to the first half. So maybe that's just a sign. I don't know. But you'd like to see these guys just, being the champions or being the high-end caliber players that they are. You'd like to see them obviously perform a little bit better than they are right now. When we go down for the rest of our players here, you can see Elias Lindholm is surprisingly having a good year. I know he's on that top line, but I guess he had such a down year last year that it probably was expecting him to be up there, but 39 points for Elias Lindholm, that's pretty good, in 41 points. Again, top line right winger, he should be putting that up, but again, compared to last year, so not bad for Elias Lindholm. It's Johnny Gaudreau. We still want to see more out of him. Now, he is on this, again, if you didn't watch the last episode, what we did is at the 20 game mark, because we were not playing well overall, but offense was still a problem, so we flipped to Gaudreau and Tkachuk around. Tkachuk is now on the top line, Gaudreau off of McKinnon's line, now back with Sean Monahan, so Johnny Gaudreau's technically getting second line minutes. He's still getting top minutes everywhere else, and second line minutes are still pretty good, but he's putting up 34 points there. I mean, if we have to throw him back on this top unit, because Tkachuk only has 31 points now that he's back on the top, or on the top line. So I mean, what we can do is we can throw Gaudreau back on that top unit, and see if, you know, maybe that picks up Gaudreau and McKinnon's stats, stats a little bit more. Again, right now it's not too big of a concern because we are winning hockey games. Like I said, when I look at it where we are in the standings, I'm pretty satisfied where we are right at the halfway mark. Again, lots of hockey to go, but being, you know, a top team, being only 2 points out of top in our division, being probably in the top 5 in overall standings in the NHL, I'm pretty happy with that. So I don't, you know, it's not as big of a worry, but you'd like to see all these totals go up just in general. So yeah, I mean, you know, Gaudreau, Tkachuk, we can flip these two around again if we want. Monahan there, 26 points. He's only been on the second line all year, obviously anchoring that second line. But yeah, again, like the thing about Gaudreau and Monahan is they are 90, 91. You should be getting a little bit more offense out of them. But again, you know, and again, Monahan 26 in 41 games. It's almost just, you know, half a point a game. Like you'd like to see more out of these top end guys. But again, that's the reason our offense is so significantly down. It also could be our offense is a little bit more spread out because you come down here, you got Hanifin 25 points, you got Domi 20 points, who's really been disappointing on that second line right wing spot this year. Dubé 14 points on the third line, Valimaki 12, onward down here, Bodker, and yeah, these are third, fourth line guys. Don't expect much out of these bottom guys, but it's our top guys, so you'd like to see a little bit more out of, just like I said in the last video. But again, offense being down significantly for our team. So don't be surprised when we go look at the overall team stats if our offense is still in the bottom significantly. I think we were, I don't even remember where we were, 5th or 6th worst in the NHL, you know, at the 20-game mark with offense. Wouldn't be surprised if we're still around there. But again, we're winning games at this point, so I mean, that's all that matters. Looking at our goaltending, so this was the interesting thing that happened in the last video. Again, if you did not watch it, go check it out. What happened is Binghamton was playing okay. You know, 20-game mark, he was something around 900 save percentage. He did start, you know, picking that up. He's now at 911 through 27 games. But what happened in the last video is we started giving Jake Allen some games, and he started playing really well. Started going on some really good runs. He's now 9-5-1 through 16 games, 926. Like, look at his save percentage. It's better than Binghamton's by a bit, 228 goals against. But Jake Allen just went on a hot run. Definitely won us some games, and the numbers kind of reflect that as well. So we actually have two pretty good goalies now that we can switch to. I can't remember who we have in net right now, if it's Allen or Binghamton, but either one right now is getting the job done. This is what we did not have last year in Cam Talbot. We didn't have a reliable backup that could come in and spell Jordan Binghamton off for a few games or a stretch of hockey here. So it's nice to have two goalies, you know, especially with Binghamton not playing as well as he did 2 years ago in his Vezina year with us. You know, last year was a significant down year. This year looking to be on track, you know, similar to that. I mean, I don't think he's winning a Vezina trophy anytime soon again. Not saying he's a bad goalie at all. Again, he's still an elite goalie, 86 overall, elite status, starter, all that. But I don't think he's going to be, you know, top 5 goalie, maybe even a top 10 goalie in the league, like he was, you know, for us a couple of years ago. But it's nice to see that he's got a steady backup, so we have more of a tandem than we maybe thought we did with Binghamton, where we thought we were just going to ride him. But either way, we'll continue to watch the goaltending. Quick look here at the team stats again. Let's look at overall stats here. So we're actually 3rd in the NHL. So I said top 5. We're actually 3rd overall in the entire NHL. So that's not bad. Again, you know, points are tight, but that's not bad. Like I said, we're still not getting the offensive done right now, but we're only 2 points out of, you know what, first in our division. I guess only 5 points out of first in the entire National Hockey League. Like we technically could contend for a President's Trophy. So I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you know, when we look at how bad our, you know, some of those players' stats were in terms of offense, you know, at the end of the day, we are where we are right now at the halfway point. I'm pretty satisfied with a top 3 spot in the entire NHL. So I mean, I'd like to see the offense pick up for sure. You know, especially our top caliber players. You'd like to see their superstars beast the superstars that they can be. But right now we're getting the wins right now, and that's all that matters. So we'll continue to gauge it. We can make a line of changes, like I said. We can switch Gaudreau and Tkachuk around, you know, if we need to. But right now I think we'll leave it as is and just hope that they pump their numbers up here in the second half. Let's take a look here at goals against per game, or goals for, I should say, per game. So Toronto still leads the way. Almost 4 goals for per game, 3.97 is what I was going to say. So almost 4 goals per game. Where are we? So this is top 8, 9, 10. I'm expecting us to be in the bottom half. I should actually just go by bottom because I'm expecting us to be down there. So let's go from the worst to the best goals for per game. So there we are. We are the 8th worst goals against per game. 8th worst. So, in the bottom 10, again, not where you want to be as a championship caliber team. And it's kind of weird that we are 3rd. Again, look at it over here at the place category here. So these teams that are the worst, like we're looking at 31, 30, 29, 18, 28. Edmonton's at 10, 22. But then there's us at 3. I mean, for us to be the 3rd best team in the NHL, but yet to have the 8th worst goals for per game, it just doesn't make sense. So, I mean, it's crazy. It is really crazy. It's a bizarre stat that we are where we are with this goals for per game. We need to pick up the offense. Again, I don't know what it's going to take. It's been like this for over a year now, with our top guys. Like, again, if we didn't have McKinnon, we'd be absolutely screwed this year. I don't know what's wrong with the rest of our guys. It seems like Gaudreau, Monahan, Kachuk, Domi, Lindholm, everybody just decided to step down at one point in terms of their offensive production. It's kind of a reason we traded Mangiapane in the summer, because we just didn't know if he was going to come back with another good year. Now we don't know. Domi looks like, he might be a complete. He looks like he might be a trade option at this point, because he's just not getting it done, and it's kind of the 2nd consecutive year in that for Domi. Excuse me. So, we'll keep an eye on it. Again, we're 3rd in the NHL. We don't need to hit no panic buttons or anything right now. But it'd be nice to see our offense pump it up. Let's take a look at goals against per game. So this should be significantly better considering where we are. And we're number 1 in the NHL. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because, again, we are 3rd place in the NHL overall. We don't have a good goals for per game. So how can we be where we are? 3rd overall in the NHL. It's with the best goals against per game in the NHL. 259 is what we're averaging. Best goals against per game. Again, huge reason is Binghamton and Allen being a tandem now. That's definitely helping. Again, I think we were about halfway. Again, last video at the 20 game mark, we were about 6th worst in the NHL in goals for per game. We're now 8th worst, so we've seen very, very little, but a little bit of improvement in that category. In terms of goals against, at the 20 game mark, we were halfway. We were about 15 in the NHL at the 20 game mark. Here we are at the halfway mark, and we're now 1st. So we went from 15th, about halfway, all the way to 1st in the NHL. So we've seen a significant improvement in goals against. Not much of an improvement at all in goals for, but in goals against, a very significant improvement, skyrocketing to number 1 in the NHL. So that last video, like I said, was huge for our goals against. That improved significantly. Let's hope our special teams improved a little bit. We were 3rd worst in the NHL in power play, and I think 2nd worst in the NHL in PK. Let's see if we're a little bit better than that. Here, no, we're still 2nd worst on the power play. So we've actually gone down in the PP. So we're going to need to switch that PP up again. Again, only 13 power play goals this entire season on 123 tries. So again, I don't know what it's going to take. We're going to significantly change our power play up, I guess. I don't know what else to do. We're halfway through the season. We've tried different combinations. We'll try it again, but we got to somehow improve. Again, 3rd best team in the NHL. But look at Minnesota. They're the 1st best team. They are the best team, I should say, in the NHL, and their power play is 3rd worst. So just ahead of us. So it's these are bizarre stats. I don't think these are realistic. If you were this good of a team in the NHL, your power play would probably be better, especially the caliber of players we have. It just doesn't make sense, but we'll try our best to pump those numbers up. Same thing with the PK. I'm expecting 81%. So this is the best, this is the worst PK in the league. What's the best PK? Here's the best PK. Washington owns the best PK at 88%. Our PK is actually gone up. Like I said, we were the 3rd worst PK in the league. We've actually improved to about the halfway mark here at 81% somewhere. There we are. So 81%. Like I said, we were 3rd or 2nd worst in the NHL in the PK. So look where the bottom is down here. We've improved significantly in the PK. So that's good. We didn't go to number 1 or anything, but we went from the basement to about the halfway point. So the good thing is our defense has improved significantly. Both our goals against and our PK has gone up significantly, but our power play and our offense continues to struggle. So we are a defensive-based team right now. We need to get those numbers up in the offensive category. And that could you imagine if we were, how much better in terms of offense in the power play, how much higher we'd be in the standings. Like, we're already third in the overall in the NHL. We could be, leading the NHL by a significant margin if we, if we had a better offense and a better power play. Just think about it. If we had even a slightly mediocre power play. Like, we have one of the worst power plays and one of the worst offense in the league. If we even had a mediocre power play and offense, we would be so much higher than we currently are, and we're pretty high as it is in the standings. Like, it's bizarre. It absolutely is bizarre. So, maybe I'll try the flip with Gaudreau and Tkachuk here at the halfway point. See if that maybe can boost the offense a little bit. Like I said, our bottom six is really not that good. With all due respect to this bottom six, Dylan Dubé at 84 is really our only good player down here. Sam Bennett just got injured, so he's usually in here as well at 80 or 81. But our offense is not that good. Or our bottom six, I should say, is not that good. So it is what it is. We can't do much down here. It's more a top six that needs to carry this team. And right now they're just not doing it. Like I said, all these guys, could be better for what they are. I mean, McKinnon is probably the only one you're pretty much satisfied with, just over a point a game. But even McKinnon, you want to see him go up a little bit, so he's, hitting around the 90 to 100 point plateau again this season, if possible. But I want to see significant improvement out of Gaudreau, Tkachuk, Monahan, Domi, especially Domi, and Lindholm. But we'll evaluate that a little bit closer to the trade deadline as well. Defense, we won't even touch it. It's getting the job done. Let's get that special teams fixed. All right, so PK we won't touch. Again, we did significantly change his PK. Well, not significantly, but we switched his PK around at the 20-game mark because, like I said, it was second or third worst in the NHL. It's significantly skyrocketed. Well, not skyrocketed, but it's bumped up quite a bit to the halfway point. Like, that's a huge improvement in just the last 20 games for our PK. So we won't touch his PK. The changes we made there are good. It's the power play. So at the 20-game mark, we did make significant changes to this power play unit. We pretty much stacked our top unit, putting our three best forwards in Gaudreau, McKinnon, and Monahan up there with our two best defensemen. I guess we go back to, switching things up. We also decided in our second unit to double shift McKinnon, which is never a bad idea. Because, he's our best player all around. I think we'll keep that, but in terms of what we're going to do here, I don't know how we can, get out from the second worst power play in the league. Like, it's almost like we got to make a coaching change in that category too, but I don't want to make, I don't want to fire our assistant coach that's in charge of the power play right now. That's more of an off-season thing. Again, I don't want to tamper with what we have right now. We're at a pretty good spot. I don't even know who's running the power play, but it's our head coach, our assistant coach. I don't want to go doing any of that. The only thing I can do is continue to switch these players around. But I don't think it's just the players. I think it's the system. Again, I know this is just a video game, but whatever we're doing on the power play is just not working because we have such talented. Like, how can you tell me that if you put Gaudreau, McKinnon, Monahan all in the 90s, McKinnon in the mid 90s, and then 89 and 89 here in Hanifin, Valimaki, how can you tell me that they, that's probably one of the best power play units in the entire NHL? Like, we have probably one of the most lethal, dangerous power play units in the entire NHL, and yet we're second worst. Like, it just does not make sense. With these type of players, there's no way we should be where we are in the power play. It makes absolute zero sense. So I don't know what else to do. We're going to have to just continue to significantly mix things up here. I don't know, throw Monahan down here. Lindholm's been playing somewhat decently. Put him up there. Almost make it like it's yeah, I guess this is actually our top line now and our second line. I guess just go back to our 5-on-5 lines pretty much. Keep Hanifin, Valimaki. I guess we'll keep McKinnon double shift down here with Rasmus Anderson. There's not much more we can do. Seriously, there isn't. I don't know, just throw throw Tkachuk down there, put McKinnon. I fucking don't know. We're just trying to play with things right now to see if we can fix our power play somewhat. So it is what it is. We'll just roll with it. See if we can kind of improve that and just improve our offense in general. Like I said, we need to improve that. So let's get right in here. I know I did a lot of talking again. I just halfway point. I just want to look at where we sit in terms of stats and everything. Yeah, like I said, a pretty decent month of December. Some big divisional wins in there. That was key. Some really big divisional wins. We actually had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisional games in a row, and we won 4 of them. So we picked up. We did give a point here to Vegas, which is unfortunate, but we still picked up 2 points. We did lose this big one to San Jose. But excuse me, to pick up a possible, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, to pick up a possible 8 of 10 points is not bad at all in divisional games, and we only gave up 3, so that's not bad. We'll take it. It's a huge reason where we sit right now in the standings. So we're coming off a pretty good stretch of hockey despite this loss to San Jose. So let's see if we can keep it going here in the calendar year. What I actually wanted to do was look at the upcoming months here, because we're going to get right up to the trade deadline and everything. So we got some big games coming up here. St. Louis, a couple of divisional games in here again. Arizona, Vancouver, and Anaheim in there. We get a bit of a bye week here at the end of January. Some more divisional games with LA, San Jose to go into February. More divisional games. We got San Jose again there, Vancouver, Edmonton again down here. Yeah, and to get us right up here to the 7th of March, which is trade deadline. March looks like this. Always a busy month in March, and then not very many games into April. In fact, yeah, that's pretty much it into April. So we'll get right up to the trade deadline for sure in this video, and then kind of maybe look at our options and stuff. But we'll see what we've got. By deadline, we should definitely know where we're probably going to be, in terms of making the playoffs. Hopefully we are top of our division still, because that's a lot of games in between now and then. I don't know, roughly 20, 25 games between now and then. So let's just start simming and get up there and hope that we stay, near the top of our division. And then hopefully we don't have too much work to do at the trade deadline. I don't want to go make too many moves. Again, I want to, go in with the team we have, and because that means, we're playing well. It means we're doing good with the team we have. So let me get a drink. Let's get right into simming here. Let's get right up to that trade deadline. So let's St. Louis here. And they're trying to make a trade with us just before our game. Not interested in any trades right now. Again, I want to get close to the trade deadline before we make any decisions. So I'll simulate this game again. I don't know who's in goal, if it's Allen or Binghamton. It's going to be a former St. Louis Blue. That's all we know for sure. So here we go. First period, St. Louis, Calgary. 2-2 goals from Dubé and Johnny Gaudreau for us. It is Jake Allen in net. They get goals from Cole Perfetti and Ryan O'Reilly. Second period, come on Flames. All right, they get 3 goals in this one. Semi Blay, Vladimir Tarasenko, Justin Falk. We do get a goal from Nathan McKinnon, but we need these 2 points. Come on, Calgary, pull back here. 2 points, or 2 goals right here, at least tie this game up. Come on, Calgary. No, they had another 2. Horrible game there. So I guess Jake Allen just did not have a good night against his former team here. Again, we're riding Jake Allen because he was hot. 2-point night. Gaudreau's back on that top line. 2-point for him 2-point night for him and McKinnon. Anderson as well. But just not a good night all around. Who was in the minuses? Austin Zarnik, Matthew Phillips, Scott Wilson. So that fourth line really, really struggled. Top pairing kind of struggled a little bit too. -4. We're going to take Austin Zarnik out. I know Sam Bennett's injured, so we might not be able to do that just yet. Yeah, 7-5 night. Really bad night for Binghamton, or for Allen. We'll throw Binghamton back in. Like I said, we got 2 tandem goalies. But we will throw Binghamton back in because that was a pretty poor performance. We've now just lost 2 in a row, which is not good. Have we sunk in the standings a little bit? I wouldn't be surprised if we have. It's just no, we're still second in the division, but Anaheim now just 2 points back. We're 3 points back of San Jose now. So let's get in here. Let's put Binghamton back in. Let's get back in the win column, please. I'm not enjoying these couple of losses because we were doing so good. All right, we'll try Binghamton back ahead. Hopefully Binghamton goes on a run here. All right, Detroit, Calgary. Here we go. Let's simulate this one. And let's just keep rolling here. All right, first period, 3-1. That's a little bit better. Max Domi, Nathan McKinnon, and Matthew Tkachuk for us. 3-1 after 22nd period. Nothing. Third period. Do we hang on? We do. They get another goal, but we get 3 more. Mikkel Bodker, Noah Hannafin, and Rasmus Anderson. They get a goal from first overall pick in 2020, Alexis Lafreniere. But we do hang on for the 6-2 win. So we'll take it. Just really quick here. 4-point night for Noah Hannafin. 3-point night on the second line for Sean Monahan. 3-point night for Nathan McKinnon on the top line. 2-point night for Anderson and Lindholm. And a 900 save percentage. Okay, first performance back there for Jordan Binghamton. 900 will continue to go. We got the 6-2 win. That's all that matters. All right, let's keep going here. Arizona. All right, let's sim this one. So big divisional game here. Again, just quickly, Arizona is where in our standings? Arizona is, there 49 points hanging on to the second wildcard spot. So they're roughly 6 points back of us. So this is still a big game. I mean, they could easily catch us. 6 points is not a lot of separation at all. So we need both these points in regulation. We cannot give the Coyotes a point at all. We got actually 3 divisional games here in a row. So we need these points. We need 6 out of a possible 6 points here. And we can't give up any points. So here we go. First period, Coyotes Flames. Fuck, they get the first goal. Zimkus Gergerson beating Binghamton 1-0. Come on, Calgary, fight back here. Second period. Come on, Calgary, what are you doing? Fuck sakes. Okay, Phil Kessel, Christian Dvorak, like 3-0. We need these points in regulation, Calgary. Fucking hate these divisional games when we shit the bed like this. Come on, Calgary. Show up once for our offense. Third period, do we fight back? No. That is a horrible, horrible game for the Calgary Flames. An embarrassment in the divisional game. We can't afford those at all. That is horrible. Fuck's sakes. That's just horrible. All right. Yeah. Holy shit. That top defensive pairing struggled at -4. Top line struggled as well. That is just horrible. Fuck's sakes. Allen had to come in. He had to make six saves there. Binghamton was pulled, rightfully so. We can go back to Jake Allen. I don't fucking know. It is back-to-back nights, so we'll go back to Jake Allen. But that just can't happen. Divisional games like that can just not happen. A 6-1 loss to the Coyotes. I mean, that is just hurting us right now. So let's decline this trade right now. It just pisses me off because we have such a better team than that. I mean, our offense should be showing up. We still sit surprisingly second in the division, but it is getting tight. Arizona's closing the gap, so is all these other teams. San Jose is starting to pull away from us a little bit. They're at 59 points. We can't let them get away. So we're going to make a few changes here. Let's just quickly throw Kachuk back up there. Again, I don't know what to do. I want to take Sarnik out because he was not good. But Bennett, I believe, is still injured. Yeah, Bennett's still injured, so can't really do anything about that. We can, I don't know. We can throw Phillips up there and put Zarnik in the middle. See if those minor changes make a difference. This top unit really struggled, but they have been solid all year. Still a +11, still a +11. We'll leave it as is right now. But if they continue to struggle, we're going to have to switch up our defensive pairing. And really quickly, let's throw Jake Allen back in there. I mean, it's really just, rolling with a hot hand and whoever we got at this point. So let's get into this divisional game against Vancouver. Like I said, we've just lost we lost 3 of our last 4 because we did win that Detroit game. But, want to start winning and stringing together some wins again. Definitely don't want to be losing as many games as we have been. And these divisional games are huge. So let's get another huge divisional game here against Vancouver. And hopefully this time we don't shit the bed like we just did against Arizona. So here we go. First period, Canucks Flames. They're up 1-0. Bo Horvat. Second period, come on, Calgary. Okay, you know what? Let's say fuck this and I just want to fucking throw this controller because we are just shitting the bed in these important games. 4-1 loss here. The Canucks. Madison Anderson struggling a bit. Our offense has just gone absolutely quiet. Again, goaltending is not helping at all. Allen and Binghamton, for some reason, can't seem to figure out who the fuck is a starter right now. Honestly, we are going to see a huge drop in the standings pretty soon because now the gap has just got. I mean, look at 55 points. Anaheim's just 2 points back. Edmonton's just 3 points back. Arizona's just a point back. I mean, we can't be afford. And now San Jose is a good 6 points ahead of us. Like, I mean, fuck. These divisional losses are killing us. It's just we had a nice gap, and now it's just getting closed, and we could have been near the top. And oh my god, I don't know what to say right now. It's pissing me off. It really is. Like, I don't know what to do. We can't just tamper with these too much. We can throw Phillips back down here. I don't fucking know. It's let's make a minor change here. So Valimaki there, trying to even things out on that pairing. Goaltending is huge, though. We got one of these guys has to start taking the net. Like I said, they were doing so good up until this point, and now they're Allen and Binghamton both are just struggling in these last handful of games. So another divisional game here with Anaheim. Let's please get back in the win column. Anaheim's right below us in the standings by 2 points. If they win this game, they tie us. So we cannot afford. The only good thing about Arizona and Vancouver is they were down there. Vancouver's technically 7th, and Arizona was down there at 5th. But we definitely can't afford to give any points here to the Anaheim Ducks. They're right on our tail, so we cannot afford to let them catch up to us. This has to be a win in regulation. It is absolutely horrible, the way the last 2 games went. So we need this win in regulation. Come on, Calgary, turn it the fuck around, please. First period, 2-0. That's a better start. Johnny Gaudreau twice. Second period, come on, Flames. There we go, 4-0. McKinnon and Anderson. Third period, we hang on. They do get one from Andres Cass, but we do hang on. That's a much better showing in a divisional game, and a huge divisional game too. So 3 points there for Lindholm, McKinnon, Hanifin, Gaudreau. 2 points there. 2 goals for Johnny Gaudreau on the top line again. 9-6-4, much better night for Binghamton. Where have you been, Binghamton? Where has that been? Like, my God, that's the Vezina type of caliber goalie that we need. Come back, Binghamton. Jesus. All right. Sorry, I'm just absolutely rattled with the, how good of a team we could have and the way we just absolutely shit the bed sometimes. So that's better. I mean, we got ourselves a little bit of separation. That actually sinks Anaheim all the way down from 3rd to 5th. Being tight. We do have a little bit more separation now, but again, we still want to catch San Jose, who's up there, good 6 points ahead of us still. So again, now it's now that those divisional games are the way, it's just about stringing together some wins. So let's just keep simming these games and getting as many points as we possibly can in all these games. I mean, it's just picking up 2 points every single night is the goal here. So Buffalo, Calgary, 1-1 for us. It's Phillips, Bjorkstrand for them, second period. 2-1 Flames, Johnny Gaudreau, third period. We hang on. Another goal. Sean Monahan on the power play. Finally, Monahan does something. We'll take the 3-1 win. Again, much better night. 2-point night there for McKinnon. 9-6-9. Another Vezina caliber night there for Jordan Binnington. Second in a row. So hopefully that's just the start of a nice run here for Jordan Binnington. We'll pick up another win there. So that's huge. All right, New Jersey. Again, let's just continue to string these wins together. Nope, we'll decline that. Let's keep going here. Let's keep winning. That's all I want to do right now is just keep winning. Like I said, I want to be in a good position by trade deadline. Here we go. First period, 2-0 for us. Monahan and Gaudreau. Monahan on the power play. Second period looks like this. Dubé and Gaudreau. This time Gaudreau on the power play. Much better there. And then they do get one from Jesper Bratt, but we hang on. So finally, Monahan and Gaudreau starting to show up. That's what you want to see out of your 2 big stars. McKinnon still getting it done as well. 3-point night for McKinnon. 2 points there for Lindholm, Gaudreau. That's what you want to see. That top line's actually starting to click here. And there's a third straight game where Binghamton's like 9-5, 9-6 in save percentage. Like, he is just playing out of his mind right now in these last 3 games. I don't know where he was in the games before that, but all of a sudden he's decided to flick the switch and turn it on. So we'll keep him in for this LA game, even though it's back-to-back nights. He's playing lights out right now in these last 3 games, like I said. Still 4 points back behind San Jose. Anaheim still closing in on us, 4 points behind us. So we need to continue to win these games. LA is dead last in our division. So if there's any team in our division I wouldn't mind, or not that I would mind, but that we could give a point away at the very least, it's LA. But again, still lots of hockey to go, and at the end of the day, it's just about making sure that we acquire both points. So Bennett is able to come back here. I'll take I'll take how's Zarnik been? I'll fucking take Zarnik out here. Throw Sam Bennett back in here to his left wing spot on the third line. Hopefully that made me boost our bottom 6 a little bit. And let's get the LA game going here. So, like I said, I don't care as long as we get 2 points here. We just need 2 points. All right, here we go. There we go. 1-0 lead. Sean Monahan, second period. Nice second period. They do get one from Palmieri, but Phillips, Bodker, Lindholm, and Scott Wilson. Nice to see our bottom 6 contributing in this one. And third period looks like this. Got a little close there. Grunston and Carl Gunstrom, and Andre Platt. We do get a goal from Johnny Gaudreau to make it 6-3 again. We got the 2 points in regulation. All that matters is that we're getting the 2 points against LA. 2-point night there for Hanif and Phillips. Again, nice night out of our bottom 6, especially our fourth line there. Nice to see them have a game where they contribute. And 8-6-4, so the first time that Binghamton doesn't have a really good performance at all. Still gets the win, though. We'll keep him in net here. See if he can go on a bit of a run. All right, Yusuf Alamaki has been injured. No, not the juice. Fuck's sakes. All right, what is it? With an injured wrist. Fuck's sakes. All right, 25th 25th of January. So that's going to be a huge blow to our defensive core. Fuck, the juice is out. All right, so we have to bring in our 7th defenseman who's not played all year in Andrew Nielsen. I'll just go in all lines right now and then maybe kind of fix this here. Let's throw Shillington up here. Wow, look at our line chemistry on the right side. Look at this. And then as soon as I go like this, boom, a +5 line chemistry between Manson and Shillington. That's insane. Again, I don't pay too much attention to the line chemistry. I don't know if it makes much of a difference. If you've been playing NHL 20 franchise mode and you've noticed differences with the line chemistry, definitely put it in the comments below, because I right from the start, I don't like, I've seen other people do videos, and I don't know if line chemistry makes much of a difference, and to us it really hasn't. At least we haven't noticed it, but if you found it does make a difference or it doesn't, put that in the comments below, because I really am curious to know if line chemistry in this, because this is the first year that they've introduced line chemistry, and I don't know if it's made a difference at all, but it would definitely be interesting to know if if it does make a difference, or it's just more when you do a lot more auto simming. So let's throw Rasmus Anderson up there, and then throw Dubé on this power play unit here, just till Yusuf Valimaki comes back. Fuck, we got him in a lot of line situations here. I don't even know who we want to give. I guess Shillington's going to get a lot more ice time here. And then we'll just make sure we replace Shillington with Valimaki when he comes back. Alright, so let's just go quickly and do this. Alright, we won't worry about extra lines. We'll just go as is. Hopefully it's not long till the 25th. What are we on right now? We are on the 18th, excuse me. So yeah, it's only a handful of games, but still, sucks that we lost one of our best defensemen. So we got Detroit, we got Toronto. Alright, scouting, we got Detroit, we got Toronto, and then we got the Islanders. So 3 games, and then we'll have Valimaki back. So hopefully we can make do in these 3 games without, one of our top defensemen. Alright, here we go. So Detroit, let's keep these wins going. We're on a bit of a win streak here. We just beat the Red Wings not long ago. Here we go. First period, 2-0 them. Hartman and Ekholm. Second period, come on, Calgary. Fuck's sakes, 3-0 them. Huge third period, Calgary. Come on. No, we do get 1 goal from Lindholm, but they get the 4-1 win. Don't want to see too many of these losses, but we do lose in regulation. Definitely wanted these points. 8-1-8 for Binghamton. Not a good night. It looks like Allen had to make 1 save on no minutes. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Fourth line struggled a bit for sure. And Nielsen goes -2 in his Calgary Flames debut, or his season debut. It's not good, but not much you can do when you lose one of your top defensemen. Alright, so now we got Toronto, and Toronto's going to be a tough team because they're one of the top teams, of course, in their division. Look at that. Valimaki's ready to come back already. Alright, let's get him back in here. Come on. Let's basically just get him to replace Andrew Nielsen with all line situations here. So let's go Valimaki back in here. Alright. So he'll replace Nielsen now in all the lines. We can throw him back there in the second pairing with Manson. Keep Anderson for now in the top pairing. And we'll just go back to that. That's huge to get Valimaki back. So I thought he'd be out for 3 games. He was only out for 1 game. That's nice. Alright, here we go. Toronto. This is going to be a big one. Kind of a measuring stick game, if you will. They're up there with Tampa in their divisions. Here we go. First period, Calgary, Toronto. 1-1 after 1. Sam Bennett, Austin Matthews, second period. Ooh, lots of scoring in this one. Hyman, we get goals from Kachuk, McKinnon, Gaudreau, and Forsling. They get another one from Mott. Do we hang on in the third? We have a 2-goal lead here going to the third. Come on, Calgary. We do. Both teams adding a goal, McKinnon and Hyman. That's a high-scoring affair, but we'll take it. 6-4. We'll take the 2 points from the Toronto Maple Leafs. 3-point night there for McKinnon. Gaudreau, Domi, looking good there. And 8-7-5. Again, not a good night there for Binghamton. That's 2-3 games in a row where he hasn't had good games, but you know what? Let's throw Jake Allen in then. I mean, I hate to keep switching things up here, but we just have a lot of inconsistency right now in things like that. So, but we were getting the wins for the most part. Let's throw Allen in here and back-to-back games. See what he's got against the Islanders. All right, here we go. First period, Islanders, Flames. 4-1 them. A lone goal for us from Lindholm. Second period, oh my God. All right, horrible game. They put an 8 spot on us. That is just unbelievable. Okay, so Jake Allen probably shouldn't have gone in that net. I'm guessing they pulled Allen and put Binghamton back there. Our goaltending's so inconsistent now. It's not even funny. -4 for Dubé. Gross. Let's throw Juuso Valimaki back on that top pairing because they struggled. Manson and Valimaki did. Yeah, just a lot of guys struggled in this one. But yeah, not a good night for Jake Allen. They actually keep him in for the entire game, and he goes 6-8-0. Oh my God. Jesus. Surprised they kept him in for all 8 goals. That is just horrible. So we will throw Jordan Binghamton back in now. Oh my God, I don't even know what to do. Throw Juuso Valimaki back up there. Let's get the goaltending. Let's throw Binghamton back up there. Jeez Louise. All right, I think we're going on a bit of a bye week here, and then we got a divisional game here against LAK. All right, so this should sim some days here. Believe we're still near the top, in our division. All right. So yeah, 4th of February now. Just want to look at the standings here. Yeah, so we're still second. 65 points. We're 2 points back, or 3 points, back of San Jose. 4 points right now ahead of Anaheim and Edmonton, who are at 61. And then there's the Coyotes 2 points back of them. So just continuing to watch that. LA is still at the bottom of our standings, by the way, 42. But again, just want the 2 points against them. Don't care if we give them a point at this point. And then we got a huge divisional game coming up here against San Jose, who's ahead of us. So let's get this one out of the way here. First period, Scott Wilson, Drew Doughty. Second period, much better there. Bennett, Gaudreau, and Shillington. Do we hang on? We do. Much better. Wilson, Lindholm, and McKinnon for us. 7-3. A lot of higher scoring games now. Which, again, as long as we're getting the wins, doesn't matter. 3-point night for Dubé. Nice response for him. Lindholm, Wilson, Tkachuk, McKinnon, Gaudreau, all 2-point nights as well. Sean Monahan, not much better, but putting Binghamton back in net, he goes 900. Again, we just need one of these goalies to get their consistency back. All right, so we get the 2 points there against the LA Kings, who are probably one of the worst teams in the league. So a couple wins here in the last handful of games against them. Now we got the Minnesota Wild. A lot of trade offers coming in as we're approaching trade deadline, still about a month away. All right, so here we go. Some divisional games against San Jose and Vancouver coming up after this one, but first a game here against Mini. First period, 2-0 us. Domi and Gaudreau. Second period, they get a goal to pull within 1 from Teravainen. Third period, I should say, they tie it up. We do get one from McKinnon, but they get 2, so we're going to overtime here. Let's get that extra point against the Minnesota Wild, please. How about in the shootout? Fuck's sakes, they get in the shootout. We have not been good in extra time this year. Not as good as I expected we would be. So we do get a point out of this one against Mini. Non-divisional game here. Still want to get, like I said, be getting all the points we can at this point. McKinnon, Gaudreau there. 9-2-3. A little bit of a better night there for Binghamton. We'll take the 1 point, but we definitely wanted the 2 points. All right, we got divisional games coming up here against San Jose and... why the hell am I over here? San Jose and Vancouver. Again, Vancouver's near the bottom of our division, but San Jose is the team we're trying to catch, and that's the game we got first. So 2 points back of San Jose we are. Let's try, if we win this game in regulation, we could tie them. They do have a game in hand on us, though, but we still could tie them in terms of points. So let's try and get both these points in regulation. This is a huge one for us. This is a measuring stick game as well against one of the top teams in our, obviously in our division and in the league. But we need this one if we want to compete for top spot in our division. So come on, Calgary. Let's get this one in regulation, please. Massive divisional game, as big as they get at this point in the year. San Jose, Calgary, the 2 top teams clashing here. Here we go. Come on, Flames. Let's win this one in regulation, please. Nothing after the first 22nd period. We do get the first goal of the game. Nathan McKinnon. Do we hang on in the third? Yes, we do. It's a 1-0 win. We'll take it. Nathan McKinnon. We won't even look at the stats. Jordan Binghamton gets the shutout. We will take it. That's all that matters is regulation 2 points. We do tie them in points, as mentioned, but they are still ahead of us with the game in hand. That's huge. We got a 3-point cushion on Edmonton and Anaheim, who are not making it easy. They're still chasing us and San Jose now. Let's see if we can get another big divisional win here and just continue to get those points. We also got a game coming up against Edmonton now. So a lot of divisional games in a row here. And that's going to be another big one because Edmonton's right behind us in the standings. So first of all, let's take care of business against the Canucks. Let's get these 2 points, please. First period, nothing. Second period, nothing. Third period. Oh my God, Bo Horvat in the third period. They take the lone 1-0 win. So they shut us out in this one after we go and shut out the Sharks. Absolutely bizarre. Let's get back to our offense here. Just 1 goal in the last 2 games combined is not fun. So let's pick it up here. Offense, please. This is not the time for our offense to go dry. Even drier than it is. San Jose does take the first spot back in our division. Anaheim now just a point back of us. And Edmonton is 3 points back of us. So this is huge. So if we want to keep Edmonton behind us, we need to start winning these games. We got 2 games in the next 3 games against Edmonton. We have to win both of them in regulation. Just as big as a divisional game as that San Jose game. So here we go. Calgary, Edmonton, Battle of Alberta. We need both of these games against Edmonton in regulation to keep them pushed back there in our division. Here we go. First period, Calgary, Edmonton, 2-0. That's what you want to see. Hanifin and Tkachuk, second period. They do get the lone goal to pull within 1. Blake Coleman, third period. Do we hang on? Please hang on, Calgary. Please. Yes, we do. All right. I couldn't see the number there. Tkachuk gets a hat trick in this period. Actually gets 4 goals in this period. Matthew Tkachuk, where have you been? Matthew Phillips adds the goal as well, but it's the Tkachuk show against the Edmonton Oilers. Wow. I can bet the people in Edmonton are loving that one. Who else but number 19 to show up with a holy shit, he had 5 goals. He had a goal earlier. 6-point night, a record-breaking night from Matthew Tkachuk. Can you believe it? 5 goals and 1 assist, 6 points. Oh my God, and the fact that it came against Edmonton is just that much sweeter. Max Domi gets 4 assists on the Tkachuk goals. 3-point night, for Hanifin. Monahan contributed 2 points. Really good night at that second line where Matthew Tkachuk absolutely lights up the Edmonton Oilers single-handedly. That is incredible. I mean, just knowing it comes against Edmonton is that much sweeter. Yeah, just suck on that, Edmonton. That is beautiful. Matthew Tkachuk, 5 goals and an assist against the Oilers. Massive win for the Flames, nevertheless. That's what you want to see. Tkachuk, all honesty aside, Tkachuk has not been good this year. Hasn't been really good in the last few years, at least to his standards. He's been a pretty decent top 6 player, but he hasn't been maybe, the top superstar that we expect him to be. So for him to have rare moments like this, it's pretty nice to see. And again, against Edmonton, couldn't pick a better opponent. All right, let's keep it going. I wonder if they're going to be able to get him, though, in this next game against Edmonton. We'll see here in a second. Let's get this Islander game out of the way here. First period, 1-0 us. Goal from McKinnon. Second period, we add 1. They add 1. Bukestad and Bennett. Do we hang on in the third? Come on, Calgary. They tied up. Can we get this extra point? Please get this extra point in a shootout. Fuck. We've been so bad in extra time this year. All right, we'll take 1 point against the Islanders here. 9-4-4. Pretty decent night for Binghamton. We'll take the point for sure. Back to the Edmonton Oilers we go here. Can we have another 6-point night out of Matthew Tkachuk? What is in store for round 2? Here's a trade alert. So Minnesota gets a first and a couple prospects. It looks like they ship out Joel Eriksson and maybe another prospect. Joel Eriksson, 85 overall. So a top six centerman there. Likely, I believe he's a centerman. All right. So that's our first maybe big trade of the year with trade deadline approaching. Here we go. We sit first in our division now with a 73 points there. San Jose still with the game in hand, just 1 point back. 2 points back are the Edmonton Oilers. All right, so this is a huge, huge game. You can see our division's now starting to get tight again, which is not fun. I definitely enjoyed when it wasn't as tight, but now it is getting very tight here between 4 and 1. So this game's huge. If Edmonton wins this, they tie us, technically in points. So we need both of these points in regulation. All jokes aside, I don't care what Tkachuk does as long as we get both points in this game in regulation for a second straight game against Edmonton. We have to get this. We can't give Edmonton any life. We can't let them tie us. My God. Got to keep them back there. All right, so here we go. This is a huge game in regulation. Battle of Alberta, round 2. Here we go. Monahan gets a goal. They get one from Conley. Second period. Come on, Flames. Oh, no. Come on, Calgary. Why? And of all people, too, Nicholas Jomerson, who had such a bad year for us, scores for Edmonton. He's now a member of the Oilers. 5-1. Fuck's sakes. Whoa, we almost tie it up. We do get goals from Monahan, Gaudreau, and Anderson. We do pull within 1, but we still lose both points in regulation. Fuck's sakes. And a massive divisional game, too. That's not what you want to see. So after we lit them up just a couple of games ago, they respond with a big 2 points and get the 2 points. They now tie us for first in our division. That's not fun. Breaking news, the Dallas Stars have fired their head coach. Fine. I don't care. They're way down there. 42 points for Dallas. I would say so. All right. Yeah, so I mean, that allows the Edmonton Oilers to tie us. We do have a game at hand, so we actually sit second, still ahead of them technically. San Jose reclaims first in our division. I mean, these standings are just changing by the day. They're getting tight. All we can do right now is just continue to control our own destiny and win hockey games. So here we go. We got a few more games before the deadline. And then we'll probably stop this episode and maybe just take a look at where we technically stand. So here we go. Montreal, Calgary. Come on, Flames. Let's just get back to getting 2 points here. There we go. First goal of the game, Sean Monahan. Second period, nothing. Third period, do we hang on? We do. Scott Wilson will shut them out. Big night there for Binghamton, who's still in net. Gets another shell there. 2-0. We won't even look at the stats there. That's what you want to see. 2-0 win against Montreal. Here we go. New Jersey. Another trade alert as we get close to the deadline. Columbus picks up picks up Tyler Meyer, 83 overall, and a 4th. Going to Vancouver, a first-round pick and a prospect. So Canucks in our division, looks like they're starting to give up on their season as they're trading away one of their top defensemen for a first-round pick. So good news there for us in terms of the Canucks. Maybe one less team to have to worry about. All right. The trade deadline is coming up here. So trades are starting to come in. Trade offers, I should say. So we still have, 4 or 5 games though till the deadline. So let's just take a quick look. Vancouver, yes, 7th in our division. I think they're starting to give up, which is nice. I hope they do, because the less teams we have to worry about, the better. So let's just keep trying to win here. New Jersey. All right, here we go. First period. 4-2 us. Goals from Hannafin, Bennett, and Bodker for us. Second period. Looks like, oh my God, what happened? They just fight back in the second. They get, a lot of goals here. Zika, Smith. Do we pull back in the third and at least tie this one up? Let's get points out of this one, Calgary. Come on. Fuck. We almost tied up McKinnon, but they get one from Heischer. Regulation loss to the Devils. That's not fun. Another high-scoring affair, but definitely wanted to win that one. 4-point night for McKinnon. 3-point night for Johnny. Not a good night for Binghamton. 8-4-2. All right. I'll shake that one off. Let's get to the Philadelphia Flyers here. And then Tampa, then Montreal. So our Eastern swing here continues. No, I'm just... there, and then so that's what it is. Philadelphia, Tampa, Montreal, and then it is trade deadline. So then we'll stop the simming there for till we look at it. Obviously at the trade deadline. So let's get these last 3 games out of the way. Let's try and get 6 points here in the last 3 games. Here we go. Flyers, Flames, 1-1. Couturier and Lindholm, second period. Nice. Dubé, McKinnon. Do we hang on? We do. We get a goal from Anderson. They do make it close with goals from Dylan Larkin. So there's Dylan Larkin. We were wondering where Larkin went. He did go to the Flyers. So again, like we mentioned, Ovechkin went to the Hawks and Larkin to the Flyers again. If you remember back to our summer video, we did. Those were the other 2 guys we were pursuing in free agency alongside McKinnon. We obviously got the best in McKinnon of the 3, but Larkin and Ovechkin were heavily scouted by us as well, so we were trying to go after those guys. So it looks like Larkin chose the Flyers, Ovechkin chose the Hawks, and McKinnon chose us in the Calgary Flames. Definitely happy with the way it worked out with Nathan McKinnon though. All right, and you can see here McKinnon's already started to bolster his points. 73 points now in 62 games, much better. That's exactly what we got out of McKinnon. So here we go. Tampa and Montreal. I was just thinking there for a second. Tampa, Montreal. So another big trade coming in involving Montreal. They get Brandon Montour and Artem Anisimov there. Vancouver acquiring JT Compher and a couple prospects. So again, Vancouver continuing to sell their team here and send a few players over to the Montreal Canadiens. So that's huge news for us if the Canucks, like I said, are definitely giving up. Here is the Coyotes, another team for a division. They acquire a couple prospects and they ship off 2 roster players, Nudavera and Frick, Martin Frick. I don't I don't know how to say his name. I always mess it up. So they're shipping off some roster players, not some significant players. They look like more like a third pairing defenseman and a third line right winger. But still, they're shipping off players to the St. Louis Blues in return for a couple prospects. So maybe the Coyotes are starting to rebuild or sell the team, which again, good news for us if it is in our division. All right, let's decline this. All right, so 2 more games here. Against the Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens. So another top team in our league in Tampa Bay. Let's see if we can get this one. 3-0 Lindholm, Domi, and Tkachuk, second period. Beautiful. Tkachuk as well. And we'll hang on for the 4-0 shutout. Love to see it. You love to see it. Another shutout there for Jordan Binnington. We'll take it. 4-0. Let's get this last game against Montreal out of the way here, and then we'll end this episode here with the trade deadline. All right. Don't know what the running time is on this episode. We should probably end here pretty soon. All right, another trade coming in. Roman Josi to the Buffalo Sabres, a blockbuster deal. Victor Arvidsson also to the Buffalo Sabres. In return, 2 first-round picks, a 2024 first, a 2025 first, and goaltender Peter Mrazek goes to the Nashville Predators. So massive blockbuster trade here between Nashville and Buffalo. The Sabres, I don't know where they sit, but they have just bolstered their team with likely a top pairing defenseman in Roman Josi, the captain of the Predators, to the Sabres, as well as a top line right winger in Victor Arvidsson. Massive trade there, and 2 first and a top, or I guess a backup goalie going the other way. Massive trade there. That's cool to see. All right, might be the biggest trade at the deadline. Definitely is so far. Quickly, just take a look where Buffalo sits. Buffalo sits. Where the fuck does Buffalo sit? Sabres. Where am I looking? What? Maple Leafs, Canadiens, Panthers, Red Wings, Bruins, Senators. What? The Sabres are dead last in their division? 46 points, and they went and pulled that trade off? Are you kidding me? You just sold away 2 first-round picks. You're 45 points. You're the worst team in the Eastern Conference. Actually, you're tied for the worst team in the NHL. What? What the hell did they just do? Nashville is laughing. Nashville's at 64 points. So Nashville might be giving up on their playoff hopes, but they just acquired potentially the first overall pick this year and another first round pick next year. That is, what the fuck happened? Oh my god. All right. So unrealistic. So not real, but like, that is bizarre. Can you imagine oh my god. If I was the fans in Buffalo, I'd be calling for the head of the GM after that one. That is just unbelievable. All right, let's get this game against Montreal the way. Gallagher 1-0, second period and third period. They do hang on for a 4-2 win. We get goals from McKinnon and former Montreal Canadian Max Domi, but we lose this one in regulation. I can't believe that Buffalo trade. Dead last in the NHL, tied for it, and they go and trade away 2 firsts to get Josi and Victor Arvidsson. That's insane. And it was one of the biggest trades ever too. All right, or of the season. So here we go. Trade deadline. This is where we sit. 79 points there through 64 games. Second in our division by 1 point. We do have a 4-point lead on Edmonton, who's behind us. 5-point lead there on Anaheim. So pretty much where we started this video is where we end this video. Still 1 point back of tops in our division, but still top in our division. That's what you want to see. Just want to take a quick look here. So we're actually tied for second overall in the Western Conference. We're actually third, I guess, tied for third. Maybe not tied for like fifth overall in the NHL in overall standings. But yeah, not bad. 79. We're still top of our division. That's what you want to see. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this episode here because it's gone pretty long. I'll make a decision here on what we want to do here. Actually, you know what? Comment down below if there's any trades you think we should make or what you think we should do here. But I'm probably going to go ahead and make this video here pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we should do here in terms of trades. Maybe bring in a piece to, bolster our offense a little bit. If that's where we continue to be struggling, we can look at this really quickly. Again, don't know where we are for time on this episode, but we can look at it really, really quickly. So let's look at overall standings here to see if our offense improved at all. Goals for per game. All right, so we'll go from bottom to the top again. So we're not in the bottom 10, which is nice. We're about 15th. We're about middle of the league. So our goals for per game has improved. That's, again, what you want to see. Goals against per game, are we still near the top? We are. We're second best in goals against per game. So that's what you want to see. Obviously, we started this video at number 1. We're number 2. We'll take it. So, yeah, I mean, much, much, much better. Power play has improved as well. We were, second or worse in the league? We're now 7th worst, which is better. It's seeing improvement. So offense is seeing improvement overall, but do we still want that piece to maybe bolster us? I mean, I don't know where else our holes are on this team. I think our defense is fine. I think our goaltending, as inconsistent as it is, I think it's fine. I wonder if we don't make too many moves here at the deadline. Maybe just a minor piece to bolster our offense. I'll take a look. I'm going to go through all the trading blocks, just kind of see what's out there, kind of gauge the market, and then we'll come into the next video and obviously do trade deadline and finish the simming of the regular season, get right up to playoffs. So that will do it for episode 37. We'll pick up the rest of the season and the trade deadline in episode 38.